So it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I get up here at 6:30, give them a big bowl of their wetted down, and they get in there and eat it, and then Mom gets to finish it off. So she got a good meal. So now she's in there. She'll cover the poop run and let them have a little bit of a drink. She's not laying down for them as much. Their faces are getting smaller as far as what I'm getting when they're looking up at me. They're not as pudgy and roly-poly anymore, so they're going through another phase. They're going to end up, there's one, soft serve ice cream, Mom. Gotta love Mother Nature, man. This is what I'm into in life in general. Just observing and learning and growing and never stops, right? So this is kind of one of the first times I've actually stopped, and this is what I felt like when I was with Caesar. I used to sit there and he didn't understand. Why did I hang around? I was observing him and his pack all the time. And I didn't agree with a lot of what Caesar did. I mean, I can tell you stories on some of the stuff that you'll never see on TV. It doesn't make him, it is what it is. Good. Okay. But yeah. A lot of people, humans' reaction is, oh my God, gross. Well, that's us humans. Remember, these are animals. And that's what I keep running in. There was a video online the other day of a girl that was going to go pet a livestock guardian dog on the ground that was just dead to the world. He was sleeping, probably been up all night watching the flock and out in the boonies somewhere. And she was going to go lay down, and she petted him, and but the dog was oblivious to everything, right? And she laid her head down on him, and then she wanted to fucking hug the dog. What an idiot. You get near a dog's face, and they have a space. They have space that they do not like somebody getting it, especially their heads, right? And if you're a stranger and the dog's out there, a working dog doing his job and more of a farm dog, you just don't get near it, not in that way. I went to go get hay for the horses yesterday, and the guy Mexican had a huge old stack of hay, and we're out there loading the truck in a farm environment. And here comes his dogs, his ranch dogs, real scruffy, but they're coming over sniffing us and everything. They look fine, but I didn't reach down to pet these dogs. Why? They're out there, their mental attitude's totally different. How do I know if they're mean or not? You reach down and try to pet the dog, and boom, next thing you know, you're missing a finger. You have to respect Mother Nature. You have to respect animals are animals. And we have a tendency, and we have in the last 10, 15, 20 years since I've been doing it, more longer than that, I've been doing it 30, 40 years, our evolution of our society because of this purely positive crap, and people coming in and wanting to make fur babies and my forever, and humanizing their dogs, and it just irritates the hell out of me, because it's the failing of the dogs. It's you end up blaming it all on the dog. It's always the animal's fault. In reality and truth, it's yours, because you need to understand that the dog is an animal, and it's always going to be an animal, no matter what. And when you put yourself in a position like that, then you see these idiots going to the wildlife preserves and trying to get a picture with a bison, and then they get run over. I mean, people are idiots. They really are. They think because they see all this on TV that these are animals that you can love and pet. Sure, I love my dog too, but these dogs, as an example, are bred for a function. These aren't a dog that belongs on your couch and has an idiot as a human that thinks they're going to treat this dog like it's a foo-foo. You can get dogs like that have been bred for it. That are more of a couch potato. Get a dog that's more applicable. Don't sit here and think that you're going to get a Dutch Shepherd and it's going to work out, right? I got a buddy of mine that got a litter of puppies, and same thing. He didn't screen his people that well, I'm sure. I saw a couple of the customers that he's had get the puppy, and they're so cute, and it's going to be a disaster. It's not what you want to have happen. And I kill myself. One, I've got myself a niche market. These dogs are very much a niche market. They don't belong in the layman's hands that much. You got to have dedicated dog people that are in either dog sport or law enforcement or want to do something with these animals and put them to work. Fulfill the dog's psychological needs and give the dog a job. And they'll thrive in that regards. But if you think you're getting a little pet that's going to sit on your couch, you're going to end up with a problem, right? You humanize your dog too much, and you do that, and you're going to end up, gosh dang it, having a problem. And I can tell you that right off from first hand from the couple dogs in the litters that I've had that have gone sideways. It's always the same reason. It's because they don't have a proper relationship dynamic with the dog, and they've humanized the dog too much, and these guys don't take well to that, and then there's problems, right? So you need to understand that and treat the dog as a dog. You know, he's not a pet. He's not a fur baby. He's not a human. You know, we humanize our dogs too damn much. That's the big problem. So it is what it is. I'll talk to you later. Mark Brush, Protect Dog Training, living the dream of saturation with dogs my whole life. You know, from 12 years old, I've lived this life. And it's a rough one. A lot of people would look at me and think I'm a nut, and that way I guess I am. But our values as far as monetary and wanting to be rich and wanting all that, this is my richness. This is what I love and care about. This is what gives me joy in life, doing what I do. Eat, breathing, and sleeping dogs. Talk to you later.